Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
I wish for a world where Huma Gears can be happy. Henshin.
Yeah. I only have Morphin, so yeah.
He's upset because he did not become a contestant on the DGP this season, but don't worry, maybe next season. Better question is it worth it?
Yes.
And yes, for those of you who don't know, yes, I am rocking the Huma gear.
I'm rocking a periodic table of Star Wars villain shirt.
Yeah, I actually have that. Yeah. But yeah, and in case you're wondering, yes, I got the official convention t-shirt because this weekend, me, Jared, Ryan, Leo, Jen, and Clement were all at Japan World Heroes 2023 at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center, right next to the airport, Jared. And it was actually pretty fun. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it there for day 3 because my neighborhood is literally barricaded because of the hurricane. And by hurricane, I mean mild rain, let's be honest. Like, honestly, the earthquake was a bigger deal than the hurricane. And for those of you who are wondering what we're here to talk about, instead of recent live-action Pokemon adaptations and conventions, we are here for the penultimate episode of Kamen Rider Geats, episode 48, Genesis 10, Tsumuri's Requiem. And wow, can you believe it? We finally got to a 10th episode on an arc. This is the longest arc we've had.
No, I don't want it to end.
And yes, I did get the Huma Gear headset because on day 2, I was cosplaying as a Huma Gear contestant of the DGP because honestly, if you really think about it, that kind of makes sense. Like, I'm surprised that, Kamen Rider Geats didn't actually try to make that a thing.
I don't know.
I mean, we know that Heat and Intelligence is canon in Geats because we see the logo in the subway systems when Ojo was fighting against Buffa.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like it would be interesting because Huma Gears are gaining sapience. Naturally, Huma Gears can start having dreams, most likely of electric sheep, but they could still dream.
I mean, who wouldn't dream of electric sheep?
I mean, I would dream of electric frogs. Look, you either read the book or you didn't.
I'm just gonna go.
And yes, to tie things back, yes, To Ender's Dream of Electric Sheep is the original novelization, the original novel that the film Blade Runner is based on. And in the film Blade Runner, we had the actress Alexis Ree, which I did meet at the convention, and she is a sweetheart. So see, I tied it back to the convention. There you go.
Yeah, but anywho.
Thoughts on the episode?
I cried. I'm just gonna say straight up, I cried, especially at the end. Like, why? And I will admit it, you called it.
And what was that I called?
You're gonna have to say it. I'm not saying it.
Okay. Last week, we talked about how we talked about how Ace was chained up, like in the theme song, and then he broke out of those chains. And I thought, I wonder if there's going to be a scene where Tsumuri points the Magnum X40 onto Ace, and that actually happens in the episode. And on top of that,
but she actually pulls the trigger.
And another crazy thing is that for the longest time I've been saying, what was I saying? What is the final episode going to be called? Daybreak 1. Like I was going on a limb. I'm like, it would be an interesting thing if they did pull that, because the whole circle of life thing, and even in the lyrics, it's like, the universe, what's it called? Time and space is expanding like a spiral. I can't remember the exact translated lyrics. Jiku natsuki nukite subete toki hanata teru made. Anyways, so yeah, like I figured, yeah, like it would be interesting if the final episode was called Daybreak 1, because the first episode is called Daybreak Final. Because it would make sense. You would have final for the first episode and 1 for the last episode. And then we could tie it all up into a circle so you could watch the entire 49 episode series on a loop. And they almost had me going. They almost had me going when they aired episode 47, because like I was expecting episode 48 to be called Genesis Final, so that the last episode would be called Daybreak 1. But no, it's like, so then they're like, Genesis 10. I'm like, wait, Genesis 10? Does that mean the final episode is going to be called Genesis Final? That feels like counterintuitive to what I was thinking, but hey, at least we're getting finality, right? No, they're just skipping the F and going straight to I. So I called it.
Yes, you did.
And that was the only thing I called this weekend. But the thing is, that other thing that I called, we're going to have to wait for 2 weeks when we discuss, King Oger, episode 26.
Oh, yeah, I saw that already.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I saw the latest one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, when we go into like the next 2 episodes of King Ojibwe, which I mean episode 26 or 27, I'm going to go into something I mentioned in episode 24 discussion from last week.
But anyways, we digress.
So what were your quick thoughts on the penultimate episode?
I'm like, at first, I'm happy to see my son Tycoon is back.
Yep.
Like he had his little villain arc, and then after that, he came in with the redemption. I'm happy. Kayla, we good now. We good. Okay.
No more heel turns. No more heel turns. We good. Like Nago, you good? Okay, I'm glad you're no longer the disaster. Buffa, you good? You human now? You're not gonna turn into a Jimoto? Okay, good. Ace, mommy issues? You good? Awesome. Kawa, how are you dealing with the whole sister thing? Awesome. Okay, cool. So all 4 main characters are no longer heels. That's good. It's kind of weird that they all had a heel arc.
They did.
Yeah, so it feels kind of clumsy, but I'll allow it. But what's weird though is who baby turns. Actually, no, the proper term is face turn, but like we use the term baby face, but no, exactly. Like who face turns is kind of like the weakest point of the episode. We're gonna get into that. Okay, so I feel like this is a callback to the Winter film, but Black Tsurumi does the henshin pose here, which turns her into, sorry, it doesn't turn her into anything, well, except for a jerk. But basically, we do see a lot of people in the previous episode get desire drivers, and basically she's forcing them to transform as opposed to making it voluntarily. And yes, they have to fight each other to the death, just like the second episode of Tokuger.
Really? I have to rewatch Tokuger.
Yeah, in episode 2, like one of the shadow stations is the duel station where like every day at noon, people are forced to duel each other to the death. And keep in mind, this is a kids show about rainbows and imagination.
And trains.
But more importantly, rainbows and imagination and a hand puppet monkey. People fight to the death.
A goddamn puppy monkey. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, why?
Take it,
No.
take it. Freaking fighting each other to the death like it's a Squid Game. Final round of Squid Game. Here we go. And yeah, so like we did have a brief cute scene of Kiwa like being happy at his job at the Tanuki Soba
and my
restaurant.
son finally got a job.
I mean, he had the job.
My son finally got a job.
Well, more like he kept the job. Like keeping a job is much harder than getting a job, let's be honest. But here we go. And like two of the customers automatically transformed, and we see that they have to fight each other to the death. And we see a whole army of game masters overseeing this. And what's crazy is that couple from the Tanuki Soba restaurant, they actually like were about to fight each other, but then they hesitated.
Come to their senses.
And that was kind of cute. But the thing is, when they ran off, bad approval rating. So if we can't Squid Game this thing, then we're gonna have to Battle Royale this thing. Boom! Bites the dust. And right in front of
Keiwa, you don't do that.
too. Like right in front of Keiwa too. Like if any of you have ever seen Battle Royale, everyone wears collars around their necks, and they would randomly pick a sector on a grid, and like everyone in that sector would automatically die.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and obviously Hunger Games 2 Catching Fire did kind of like take a note from that with the whole like clock thing where like, oh, every hour, one of 12 sections will be automatic death zone. I mean, how do
you feel about that?
As far as layout design, it's actually an interesting concept, but still it's like, dang, you're not allowed to just forfeit, man. And you got those audience members with the whole like Venetian masks and stuff, those freaking high rollers. Oh, 96 is such a lovely number.
I know.
Like, I freaking hate those high rollers, man. Like, I hated them in Yu Yu Hakusho. I hated them in Squid Game. I hate them here in Kamen Rider Geats, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I mean, look, we did have the Rescue Yukina episode where Tsurumi was like being captured, and then Canis Venetisi like freaking takes one of her tears and turns it into a crystal. That was literally Rescue Yukina right there.
Yeah.
Like, I swear, my top 3 most favorite mangaka is my top 3 favorite mangaka are Shotaro Shinomori, Hirohiko Araki, and Yoshihiro Togashi. So, by the way, speaking of which, Golden Wind Volume 9 dropped today. So, be sure to get a copy at Amazon or Barnes & Nobles or wherever you get your US prints of your Japanese comic books. So, yeah, I have all of Golden Wind now, which is awesome.
Lucky.
It's not, and luck has nothing to do with it. It's called pre-ordering.
True.
Yeah, it's like $20 every 3 months, just pay it up in advance and then just wait 3 months for the book to show up. Yeah, needless to say, I can't wait for November when Stone Ocean Volume 1 comes out. But we're not here to talk about JoJo. We're here to talk about Yu Yu Hakusho. So I love it when one of my 3 favorite mangaka series ends up you making references to one of the other 2 references. And so like when I have Kamen Rider and Ishinomori project getting so much influence from Yu Yu Hakusho, a Togashi project, like that is so good. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I love Yu Yu Hakusho way more than Hunter x Hunter. You can fight me on that. I got my belt right here, but real talk, yeah, I actually like Yu Yu Hakusho more than Hunter x Hunter. So I'm sure there's Hunter x Hunter references here, but
do you not realize you guys are going? You listen. You do realize you're gonna have a hound of Hunter x Hunter fans on you.
All I'm gonna say is, yeah, well, check this out. Spirit Sword! Look, man, I have the first 36 volumes of Hunter x Hunter, so it's not like I'm not a fan of Hunter x Hunter. It's just I like Yu Yu Hakusho better, okay? I think Kuwabara is a more fun character than Leorio. Simple as that. But we're not here to talk about Kuwabara. We're here to talk about Kurama. More specifically, we're here to talk about Kamen Rider Kurama, aka Kamen Rider Geats. So, yeah. So what's really cool is, yeah, Geats actually helps stop a bunch of people from imploding, which is awesome. Like, that's Geats for you. Like, he's the goat. The goat. Whoa! Perfect.
No.
Perfect.
Every last
minute detail. Perfect.
This is how you do it.
The goat! He's the goat! Nice. No, but you know what's really nice is also seeing Buffa like take on like 5 riders at once. And you know, like one thing you could really appreciate is that this is basically Buffa's specialty. He is the master of close range crowd control. Like he is. Like close range crowd control. Like you have like long range crowd control, like DePon if he wasn't a hater. But but then you got freaking Buffa, who's like he gets his hands dirty, but when he throws his hands, he gets the job done.
No, but Geats it's this.
Nice. Yeah. So like I'm really enjoying like these fight scenes. And again, it's like you can't kill these people because they're innocent people forced to fight. So much so that like if they don't fight, they will die. It's like the tagline for Kamen Rider Ryuki: if you do not fight, you will not survive. Get in the mirror, Shinji.
Like, I don't want to.
Get in the mirror, Shinji.
You can't
make a contract with your mirror monster so you could make your wish come true. Bow, bow, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Okay, I have my fun. Look, man, you got a main character named Shinji who doesn't want to fight. Like you walked into that one. Yeah. So.
Shit.
So the fight's delayed by a day, like it always is. You ever notice that every single time the fight is always delayed by a whole day? It's like we always have an intermission. We have one day to prep every time. I never mentioned this, but it's become real apparent. That's like, oh, obligatory, like, oh, the night of the calm before the storm. Yeah. And I'm not talking about last weekend. I'm talking about this, like every single time, like, oh, the zombie fight, the what's it called, the kick the can arc, the what's it called, the Heaven and Hell game. every single time you get a 1-day intermission. And yeah, not gonna lie, I like figuring out what are you gonna do with that prep time. Are you gonna sleep well at night? Because this could be the last time you sleep. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what does Ace do with his final night on Earth? He goes back to his family home with his sister, and who's there to meet them? Daddy! Daddy wasn't there! Daddy! Seems he never
Daddy wasn't
cares!
Take me to the fair.
When I became a rider and you try to cheat and get me eliminated from the game, and I figured out how to rule you out as the saboteur. Daddy was there. Daddy was there, ladies and gentlemen.
Daddy wasn't there, please.
Yeah, Daddy finally came home. But Daddy, Ace, I am not your dad. But Daddy, I am not your dad.
But Daddy.
Oh, do you have Bandai Premium money to get that high specs belt? No.
Yes,
I want you out of my house. You have this house because you got it from a desire wish.
You can't make me.
Man. Okay, so once we get past the halftime intermission, it's the next day, it's round 2, everyone's fighting each other. You got like 4 riders just like crisscrossing over who fights whom and stuff. Buffa's there to stop it because he's the ride police. I gotta love his crowd control. And that's when Keiwa does the scummiest thing he's done all season, and that's saying a lot. Keiwa's done a lot of scummy things in the last 10 episodes, but here's where he does the scummiest. He's like, oh, Buffa, thanks for fighting off all these riders. Oh, and remember, don't fight back against them. Don't fight them back. Remember, they're human. We don't want to repeat a 5 episodes ago. I'm like, bruh.
I would have went. No. I would have went like, okay, but I'm still defending myself in the process. I ain't just gonna take a butt whooping. I'm no. We gonna have to. No.
Yo, Keiwa, dude, you may have got your red eyes back, but you're still a heel. You're still, as far as I'm concerned, you're still a heel because you're asking Buffa to fight without fighting back. Look, I get it. Kabuto, episode 4, he's the goat. He is perfect. Every last minute detail, perfect. But he's like, oh, I'm just gonna let these worms beat me up. I'm not gonna fight back. I'm just gonna keep taking it until Crybaby Kagami just says, oh, Kabuto, now you can fight. Now you have my permission to fight back. Oh, now I have your permission to fight back. You sure? I have your permission to fight back. Okay, fine. Hold my soba.
Hold my earrings. Hold my ring.
And then like freaking what's it called? Man. But Buffa, he's expected to do that without being, walking the path of heaven.
No, I'm sorry.
Like Kabuto, Kabuto. Like Kabuto, he's all about that. Oba-chan ga iteita kagayaki koto tayo no gotoku. But Buffa, he's just a dude. I love the dude. Don't get me wrong. Like, he earned his place back into my heart, but he doesn't have the means to take a beating like that. But I applaud him for doing it. But you, Keiwa?
Oh, no.
Keiwa, no. You got the gall. You have the gall to tell Buffa, oh, just don't fight back against them.
No, Boken, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This would be me I'm coming in. I'm like, listen, okay, I'm not gonna hurt. I'm not gonna eliminate them. But if I gotta defend myself,
I get it. Problem is, Keiwa doesn't get it.
You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I was saying. Like, it's gonna be on. Like, I don't care. No, I don't care. You gonna have to fight.
You all right? All right, mate. You all right? Oh man, did the DGP get you? Mike! You all right? Mike! Oh, I guess he's gone for now. He'll be back in a second. But, geez. Oh, wait, hold on. He's coming back. Don't worry. He's coming back. Okay, here we go. Mike, you good? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, like
I'm good.
But man, like the goal on Keiwa, like
again, but
like I could dedicate an entire podcast to just this one scene, just because Keiwa just was just like, oh, Buffa, you go fight this crowd without hitting them back. I'm like, the nerve on this guy. It's like, this is some passive. This isn't just Black Air Force. This is passive aggressive Black Air Force. Like, I feel bad for this guy. He's giving his best. Like I said, he is the master of close range crowd control. But the thing is, like, if he's not allowed to fight back, how efficient will he be at that crowd control? But God damn it, Michi, you earned a place in my heart because, like, you try. You keep trying. Yeah. So it is what it is. Okay. Okay, give me one quick second. I just got to take care of something real quick. Anything you want to add to that scene before we start moving on?
Like, I can't.
Okay. Then I guess we can move on. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, let us know what you thought about the sequence. Like, did you think Keiwa was scummy or justified in his actions by telling Buffa, you can't fight back, but I wish you the best of luck? Honestly, he reminds me of Raiden from Mortal Kombat 2, where it's like, I'll stand right here and pray for you while you go fight Shao Kahn in the in Other Realm. Yeah. Man, hindsight, I wish Mortal Kombat Conquest got a second season. Completely unrelated, but dang it, that was a fun show. As cringy as the second half of season 1 was, I missed that show. But we're not. But the combat we're here to talk about is Haruya Win versus some of these game masters. Poor guy's getting his butt kicked every episode. I love his tenacity, but I'm tired of seeing him get his butt kicked because he was such a menace in the stratagem arc and in the Punk Jack special. But now he's just the DGP's punching bag, and it kind of makes me sad at this point because honestly, I love this dude. But you know who I don't love? Freaking Daichi. I went on a rampage for multiple episodes on the show, consecutively, in fact, about what a menace, how much I can't stand Daichi, and now he is continuing the hype train that is his babyface turn. I'm like, let me get this straight. Buffa, face turn. Keiwa, heel turn, then face turn. Ween, face turn. And now Daichi and his Jamotos all face turn. It's kind of honestly, if you think about it, it's kind of interesting because at the beginning we all thought that the DGP were the good guys and believe the DGP were the good guys, while the Jimoto were the bad guys. Now, affirmatively, the Jimoto are technically the good guys, while the DGP are affirmatively the bad guys. So, like, that's kind of an interesting way that things just change. It's kind of like how King Bradley is a Führer in one timeline, but a Jew on another timeline. And the reason why I say that is because, Full Metal Alchemist, the movie, takes place in 1933 in our timeline. So, like, two opposite sides of a pitchfork. My ancestry gives me permission to make that reference. Okay, deal with it. Anywho, freaking Jimotos are the good guys now. Jimotos are the good guys now. Let that sink in for a moment. The Jimoto are the good guys now. There's so much I want to say. There's so much I need to say, but I do not have the patience to actually say it because I'm just tired. I'm tired about talking about this menace. He is a menace. Even if he's a good guy, for real this time, I still see him as a menace. I still don't trust him. Sure, he saved those civilians in that previous episode, but I don't freaking care. You've betrayed the good guys one time too many. Actually, you betrayed the good guys 5 times too many. But, who's keeping score? You're still a traitor. And now, suddenly, you're the good guy again? Nope. And I love how Tsumuri even mentions, like, they're cute in a creepy way.
They're not cute.
No, they're not. Not even the baby ones are cute. And I'm not trying to be racist against Jimotos, but they're not cute. You know who are oddly enough cute? Invis. Surprisingly, the other plant zombies are cuter than these plant zombies. And they're not exactly cuddly looking themselves, but they still look cuter than Jimoto. Like, if we're being honest. Actually, I'm curious, what would happen if you had an army of Invis fight an army of Jimoto?
I wonder.
Because they're both plant zombies. And both main writers from from their respective seasons become the god of creation. One's got a golden apple, the other's got a silver fox.
But I'm so serious. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
And yet we have to accept the fact that he's working with the good guys now.
No!
Esta vectus et defectus semper in angaria ac in hora sine mora corde pulsum tangite corpa sortem sternit fortem
Hold on.
mecum omnis
Focus.
plangite.
This is me right now.
And because I know some of you are Modern Crusaders fans, why not? I'm gonna be honest. As cool as Enigma is, I feel like using Bach's Toccata Fugue in D minor is a little too much.
A little?
Yeah. I mean, it's like you already have O Fortuna butchered in the middle of the song, randomly jumping from various lines of the entire poem. So, like, is that really necessary to finish off your song with the opening measurements of Bach's Toccata Fugue in D minor?
I can't do it. Nope.
To quote a legendary bouncer, F it.
Exactly.
Like, that's his catchphrase. That's his catchphrase. I swear, one time, like, I noticed that one of the bartenders was like wearing a shirt with that phrase on her back, and I'm like, "Did Trey make that?" And she said, "Absolutely." I'm like, "Yeah, I knew it. That's his calling card. Who else would put that on a T-shirt?"
I would.
Yeah. Like, I could even hear his voice when I read it, tone and everything. But yeah, so shameless plug. If you're over the age of 21 and you're visiting LA, definitely go to the Good Night in on Burbank between Vineland and Cahuenga. It's a pretty good spot. We're not sponsored by them, but I'm still gonna give them a plug. That's that's where I would have gone if if the storm did not happen. I would have went there after the convention. Just saying. Anywho, so we get our epic confrontation scene, and it is perfect. Yes, Daddy shows his face at last. Oh, Girori. Oh, Girori's back since episode 16 when he got eliminated. And what happens? Oh, and he's like, yeah. Kamen Rider is supposed to be the agents of justice. No one more than Ace exemplifies that example. I'm like, really now? Now you are supporting Ace and calling him an agent of justice. What happened to, justice must be upheld, but it cannot be done if Ace is still in the game, so I must use dirty tactics to eliminate him in order to uphold justice. I'm like, bro, don't think I forgot the last 4 episodes of Stratagem Arc. I have not forgotten a single moment of that. Honestly, I feel nostalgic for that arc, if I'm going to be honest, because we got Haruya Ween being a badass, not getting his butt handed to him as much as he is now, even though he wasn't a baby face at that point, but still. We had a flashback of Ben and John becoming Kamen Riders, even though we still haven't seen their rider forms. I'm so mad about that. Freaking Buffa. And yeah, we got Ace pulling a fast one so hard, and it was beautiful. But yeah. Agent of Justice, that's what a Kamen Rider is. I wish that, actually, I do find it interesting. I would love to see Girori go up against Kekara, just because they both exemplify 2 different kinds of Rider fans. One is clearly a Heisei fan, while the other is clearly a Showa fan, because Girori is about writers are agents of justice, while Kekara is all about writers are the agents of revenge. And it's true. Showa writers, every Showa writer except at most, let me think. Yeah, every Showa writer was motivated by revenge. I would say the least vengeful out of the entire group would probably be Sky Rider, but that's still stretching it. But everyone motivated by revenge. Ichigo, stripped of his humanity by Shocker. Nigo, stripped of his humanity by Shocker. V3, his parents and sister were killed by Destron. X, his fiance was working for God, and shot him and his dad. And the less I say about his dad, the better.
Well, damn.
He like his dad is literally Zordon if Daddy wasn't there.
Wow.
Like I wish Max and Body did a video on that. It's like, your father would rather be dead than pay your child support.
Exactly.
like freaking, it's like, oh, I implanted my mind into this computer so you could come back and talk to me whenever you need me to. And then literally the very next episode, it's like, Kisuke, you're very whiny. Like you should not be relying on me. Like you got to do this you got to have this existential cyborg crisis on your own. So I'm going to self-destruct now. Have a good one. Bye. I'm going to go get Rider milk.
Exactly.
Amazon, his entire village got destroyed. Stronger, his best friend was killed by Black Satan, so he joins Black Satan to arm himself with their technology to destroy them from the inside, basically Giorno Giovanna. Skyrider, I guess his friends were killed, and the scientist that gave him his cyborg body, but like, again, that's not really emphasized as much, if we're going to be honest. Yeah. Super One, his entire NASA facility was destroyed with him being the sole survivor. Z-Cross, his whole family, like his sister and best friend were both killed. Kamen Rider Black / RX, but mainly Kamen Rider Black. He was surgically implanted with the King Stone. His brother was mortally wounded. Then he has to fight his stepbrother. So now he wants revenge for hurting his stepbrother and then actually killing his stepbrother, I guess. And of course, we know Shin wanted revenge. Actually, if you think about it, Zetsuo is probably only of the first 15 writers to not be motivated by vengeance.
True.
Yeah, because at least you could say, well, Kamen Rider J's sister was kidnapped, so let's go rescue her. Like, maybe you could chalk that up to vengeance, even though she's still alive, but, you know. But Zetsuo, he has no vengeful motivation. Like, he's just protecting this kid from the T-1000. But when you look at the other writers from the show, from the Heisei era, look at their motivations: justice, peace, boredom. Nope, just boredom. Justice. Just stoic duty, I guess. Destiny. Justice. Destiny. I want my memories back. I would say W kind of actually no. Skull's motivated by revenge, but W's motivated by justice. So it's kind of like a double edge right there. No pun intended. O's boredom. Forze shonen justice, not to be confused with Wizard. Is he really that motivated for anything? Kotaro, he's just going with the flow. Like, so I don't know if you could say justice is motivation at first. He just wants a job, I guess. So boredom. Drive, justice. Ghost, I want to summon Shenron. X8, medical justice.
Well, if you look at Ghost, he basically wanted to get his life back.
Yeah, again, summon Shenron. Let's see. X8 medical justice build. Truth. I mean, like, it's synonymous with justice, but truth, justice, the American way. So yeah, you got truth. GO, just survival. Like, I just don't want to be killed by these two guys. 01, justice. Saber, justice. Revice, Karen, justice. Let's be honest. Like, the only reason Revi became a Kamen Rider is because he's a busybody.
True.
Geats, justice for my mom, but also revenge for my mom, and truth to find out what happened to my mom. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So yeah, Girori is a thing. But now that we've went off on our tangent,
You went off on a tangent.
I just felt like I needed to cover all that. Anywho, we finally get a fight scene between Regad Omega, and I'm not really sure, is it Regad, like Regard? It's kind of weird. Like Romaji is a really weird thing because it's because the bad guys from Kyorager, like their name is pronounced Debos, which sounds cool, but then Luckyu has a book that's spelled Deboth, and I'm like, that spelling is less cool.
Yeah, think.
But yeah, and like even like if you look at the figure art for Gold Drive, it's spelled Gord Drive, which kind of makes me cringe. I'm not gonna lie though.
Kind of.
Like, yeah, I mean it's like sometimes like when you have like an English word, Japanese manufacturers are quick to turn R's into L's, but the one time you actually should have turned an R into an L, like you just hesitated, so you got Gord Drive instead of Gold Drive.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so we're just gonna call him Omega, not to be confused with Orga. But yeah, Omega, which I did not mention, has Command Wolf's armor from 01.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the two of them fight each other. You could summon a bunch of magnums at once, which is kind of cool, I guess. But then at some point his arm becomes paralyzed because if you remember in the previous episode, his suit is powered by viewers like you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we are powered by viewers like you. And unlike you guys, our lovely audience of the Morphin Network, the audience of the DGP are quick to turn tail once they get into legal troubles. And finally, okay, this is for Jared right here. Time fire!
Hold on. I'm about to do it real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh, are you gonna plug an actual guitar?
No, I wish. I need to get my guitar, but time.
Yeah. So So he finally does something useful and uses legal pressure to convince the other sponsors to like cut their ties. Finally, for the first time since Les Liaisons Dangerous, has cancel culture been an agent of justice. Well, there's that in Amber Heard, but that's a story for another time. But yeah, for once, cutting sponsorships and canceling the DGP actually work. So now, what's his face? Omega is now paralyzed, allowing Geats 9 to use his finisher. But last second, bites the dust. Time has reversed. He's unmorphed. Omega kind of steps aside. And who do we see? White Tsumuri. Not Black Tsumuri. White Tsumuri approaches Ace. Drops the honorific. Now she doesn't call him Ace-sama. She just calls him Ace. And points her gun at his face. And the screen cuts to her pressing the trigger, and we hear gunshots. That's the end of the episode. Thoughts?
I'm gonna cry.
That's it. That's it. Just you crying. Alrighty. Well, I think we've said quite a lot this episode. Like we got Like, I love the choreography in the first half of the episode. I was not a fan of Keiwa just telling Buffa to just don't fight back. I'm not a fan. I mean, I am a fan of Ween being a baby face, but I am not a fan of Daichi being a baby face. I mean, don't get me wrong, having an army of Jimoto is pretty helpful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna look a good horse in the mouth and say no, but I just hate that it's Daichi controlling them. I mean, the alternative is Archimendel, which I'm glad he's also not involved, because I'm not a fan of Archimendel either. But no, like this ending, like this is pretty lit, and I love that this dude is powered by sponsors, by viewers like you.
Thank you.
I have to give this episode a 9. So like, final question: what are your predictions for the final episode?
I don't know.
Anything. Okay, let me rephrase it. What do you want to see most in the next episode?
Honestly, I loved every single moment of this Kamen Rider series. This is one of my favorites.
Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, the thing started playing. Please continue.
This Kamen Rider series has been one of my favorites, so I'm gonna have to give this a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna give like our overall season ratings next episode for sure. But me, like, for Daybreak 1, honestly, the one, what do I say? I am most curious how they're going to resolve, because the DGP still exists in other timelines. We don't really know what happened to Jean and Kyun. Like, they just disappeared in that one episode and just never came back. Like, honestly, I think it's warranted for them to come back to just like help save everyone. I'm kind of annoyed that, like, Ace got a form by combining his abilities with Jean's. But Nago never had that opportunity with what's his name, with Kyun. I wish she did. I mean, like, she got to ride on top of him in episode 30, but I wish she got like an actual form based on Kyun. Like, that is something that disappoints me. And subsequently, I wish that Keiwa had one from Kakura, but obviously Kakura is a villain. So, and now that he has Bujin's sword, there's really no point to it. So yeah, like, I just want to see some answers, because like, if the two of them show up last second and like after all the dust settled, I'm gonna be a little annoyed, because I'd be like, where the heck were you guys 2 episodes ago?
I thought this was, like I said, I really liked that they tied the theme song into this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with that. I mean, like now there's like more perspective to a lot of things that happen in the episode, and in every episode, like, I'm like just like freeze framing every last frame of the theme song just to see if there's like any new drops or hints that are supposed to like be there that might so it's like, if something mind-bending happens, I'd be like, yeah, I already knew that happened, I predicted it. Let's see. Obviously they're not gonna do like a major cliffhanger to tie to the next movie, because there's gonna be a winter film where they team up with Gotchard. I mean, Revice kind of did that because Vice kind of died, but then didn't. But what the hell happened with Dupont, though? Like, cause like, we did not see him get eliminated. he did not get eliminated. So as far as I'm concerned, he's still kicking. Like, what's going on with him? Like, I want to know what happened to Dupont in the last 3 episodes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, we need some resolution for that. But more importantly, you know what I really need to see in this last episode? And I know they're not going to show it. I know they're not going to show this in the final episode. But do you know what I would love to see in the final episode, even though it's not going to happen? I want to see Ben and John's rider forms on screen. I want to finally see that happen.
Same here.
We were cheated in episode 33. I'm not letting that go. Make a VC next if you must, but I need Ben and John to get their forms.
You're not going to let this go, are you?
No. And Mike, Tom, if the two of you are watching this, because I know Mike has commented in one of our past videos before, if you're watching this, we stand in solidarity with the two of you. Like, we want the two of you to be the first non-Japanese on-screen Kamen Riders on Japanese Kamen Rider, because Dragon Knight is an American property. So yeah, like I know we got Camo, and we got the Cho brothers.
Exactly.
We got Chris, so we got some ethnic diversity in the American Kamen Rider, but in the Japanese Kamen Rider, we finally get not one, but 2 non-Japanese riders, and we don't even see them on screen. And anyways, what do you guys think?
I give this episode a 10 out of 10.
So us, the lovely supporters in the audience, powering our channel. What did you think about this episode, and what do you think is going to happen in future episodes? Let us know in the comments. We're going to play them live right now. Triple X-Ray-Z says, here we are, the end game. Yes, we are, and so much left, so much loose end left to cover in the final episode. Let's hope it plays out well. Well, at least we could say one thing. At least it's not like Revites where we got 4 filler episodes at the end.
Exactly.
But I really hope they don't do something really dumb like Kuga, where Kuga and Hibiki, where it's like, oh, they don't even show how things end in that cliffhanger we saw at the end of the previous episode. No, they're just going to do a 1-year time skip, and everyone's just reminiscing on where everyone is now. I'm like, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm begging you. Please don't do that. Please don't pull a Kuga / Hibiki. That's all I'm asking. We hear Amanda Ruiz.
That's my sister.
Hey, bro, we
That's
here watching.
Sister.
Thank you so much for watching and showing us your support. I love how Gatak in the Philippines dub sounds like Krillin from TFS. Yeah, he does. I did notice that.
Oh, God.
So, this time it'll be my turn to become Kabuto. Come. God damn it, Tendo. Why did the sector choose you? Hey, that's my macro, Tendo. Don't worry. Just ask Hiyori to make you another one. Hey, Hiyori, can I have another mackerel? Sorry, Tando got the last one. God damn it, Tando! You always have to steal my mackerel. I love the Philippines English dub of Kabuto. It's really funny. 10 out of 10. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, and that's it for the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching our channel. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and ding the bell icon to stay notified of our latest videos. We dropped a whole slew of Power Morphicon interviews, so be sure to check those out. We got people like Brandon Mejia, Liana Ramirez, Eric Betts, Chris Graham, Boom Studios writers. We got a lot of people dropped onto our YouTube channel, so be sure to check those out. And of course, we're gonna do King Oger episode 25 this Thursday, 10 p.m. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. And and we're gonna get back to doing, Amazon's pretty soon. And and as soon as we finish Kamen Rider Geats next week, the finale, the end game, the following week, we're going to get started with our new season of the show where we're going to be discussing Kamen Rider Gotchard. Can you believe that Rider Time podcast is about to enter its 5th season?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're about to have our 5th season. Yeah, the first season was kind of short because, we kind of started midway through Kamen Rider Zero One, amidst COVID, and then we followed suit with Saber Revised Geats. So we're in the penultimate episode of our 4th season of Rider Time podcast. So it's been a long ride. Yeah, I feel so nostalgic. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real with you guys. One of my favorite things about going to Japan World Heroes is, several things, but one of those things was I got to show some of our video clips to Gakusano and Furuka. Dang! I was saying his last name so many times correctly this weekend that and the one time I do it live, I cannot say his name right. Give me a second. 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 Yasuhisa Furuhara. His first name is so hard to pronounce, I swear. But Furuhara is a lot easier. Yeah, so Gakusano and Yasuhisa Furuhara. It was fun showing them our old videos. And in Gakusano's case, our retrospective on Kamen Rider Gaim, because we were doing a 50th anniversary files in Bokinger, and I showed him the one we did for Gaim, and he loved the part where we used real fruits for it's orange, banana, and then Leo got COVID 2 days later.
Wow.
Yeah. He loved that story. But the thing I loved most about the convention was getting to meet you, our lovely audience, because it's we know that you are there watching us, supporting us, but it's really cool seeing the actual faces behind the viewers and getting to meet you guys and the verbal affection that you've given us this past weekend. It really warmed my heart. Honestly, me personally, I was having a very difficult 2 weeks, and honestly, that was a huge highlight for me. And on behalf of the Morphin Network, I want to thank all of you again for all the love and support you've given us in the past 5 years. And in the case of, actually 5, because 2018. So in the past 5 years, and in the case of Rider Time podcast, thank you for supporting us in the past 4 years. And of course, please continue to support us, and be sure to check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews, video game news, and hopefully we're going to get some new actor interviews, because we did a lot of networking at Japan World Heroes, and here's hoping for the future. Let's see. And of course, if you want to check out our personal content, you could find our good friend Mike on Instagram, Red Ranger.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Red Ranger 2134, Twitch, Red Falcon 347. I'm getting back into it now that I got a good setup, and on TikTok at Red Falcon 212.
Yeah, and you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And again, thank you so much for watching our content. It means the world to us. And what more is there to say? Thank you for being there for us, and we will always be there for you.
Except for thank you.
And of course, to the various vendors, thank you for providing this for us. This is just awesome stuff, And we hope to see you again at.
Don't start crying.
I am always crying. That's my secret, Captain.
If you guys are heading to New York Comic Con, I will see you guys there. If you guys are going to be at Ranger Stop in November, I will be there. Come say hi.
And I will be in Long Beach this upcoming weekend with Ryan, so be sure to say hi to us if you're going there. Obviously, we're going to say hi to Johnny Young Bosch and Chuck Norris because we got to say hi to those guys. And of course, Scott Zillner, thank you for hosting Japan World Heroes, and we will see you again at Megabit PixelCon at Simi Valley Grand Vista Hotel in September 10th, if I remember. And that's pretty much it. In light of all the storms, hurricanes, earthquakes, droughts, and all possible disasters that the universe has to offer us, we hope that you all stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones. Don't laugh at the face of danger. Laugh after the danger's ended, just to be safe. And of course, we will see you all real soon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later, guys.